Hey, good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in on this wonderful Father's Day for another episode of Shaving with Chief. I'm the Chief, and during my subscription video, I asked for some feedback, and I asked all of y'all what you would like to see, and one of the most popular things in the comments was a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 video. And to be completely honest with you, I've been kind of reluctant to make the video because I keep my den really small and I only tend to keep the things that I really love so that way I can offload everything else and continue to bring you, new content with new products and everything because it kind of gets expensive. But then I started to think about it and I realized that the things that I keep for a reason, and not just based upon the performance of that, but the memory behind it, the sentimental value. So I put a little bit of something together today, and I hope to share with you like my thoughts and my memories, and why I kept certain products. So I look forward to sharing that with you today. Because my den is a little bit smaller, and I only keep what kind of means to me, it's going to be kind of out of order. So I chose 5 soaps, 4 razors, 3 brushes, 2 post shaves, and 1 blade. So that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you this morning. I hope that you enjoy it. Again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you like this video, or if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe if you like what you see today. So that being said, for my first soap, this is Amare by Grooming Department. So I'm a huge fan of Grooming Department. I really respect Mo in the sense that he's a tinkerer, right? And he's kind of, in my opinion, kind of like the black sheep of the artisanal soap industry. A lot of times what you'll find is an artisan will go and they'll really nail a base and they'll maintain that base for a year or two, and really get the most out of that time and money and R&D that they put into their soap. Mo is the complete opposite of that. Mo releases a soap, and immediately he's already working on a new base. He's probably working on 3 or 4. Like I know right now, like he's working on 3 different bases, and he just does what he wants to do. He doesn't go by a norm. He just constantly tries to improve and tweak things. And while it won't always be perfect or for everybody, he's doing it truly for the love of his craft, and I really respect that. Amare itself is an incredible scent. It just smells like a really sweet citrus, but at the same time, it's not like overly sweet to the point to where it becomes more feminine. I tend to like more masculine scents, but this soap is just very pleasant. It smells great. This is in the Kairos base. And Kairos is very luxurious and performs very well, easy to use, easy to lather, and the artwork on that label, it's an abstract piece of art. Like what other artisan is putting abstract art on their soaps? I think it's really cool. I think it's really unique, and I love this soap. My 4th favorite soap is Barrister & Man's Seville. So this soap is what made me fall in love with wet shaving. Back in mid-December, I started getting into wet shaving because I got sick. I had some issues with my health, and I was pretty much, bedridden for months. I was in a lot of pain, and I was looking for a way to brighten my day. So I started looking into hobbies that I can do from home and enjoy. And I bought some soaps off Amazon that I didn't really care for and whatnot. And then I discovered these artisanal soaps. I did some research and I found that Seville is a very popular scent. It seemed safe to me. I liked the artwork. I think the packaging and the presentation is really good. And so I bought this soap, and immediately, like, this soap is the reason I fell in love with wet shaving. It just smells so fresh and clean and citrus and bright and spicy. Like, if there is one scent that I choose to keep in my den that will never leave my den, it's Seville. I will, as long as I'm wet shaving, I will always have Seville in my den. As a matter of fact, when Will Carrius from Barrister & Man released his bath soaps, I went and bought 5 Seville ones, and I still have some in my shower to this day. So yeah, Seville is a fantastic scent. It's why I fell in love with wet shaving. It will never leave. I love this soap. My 3rd favorite soap is the Noir Vanille. So this has a really personal meaning to me. Before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the scent. This scent is truly, truly magnificent. This is the best tea forward scent that I have ever smelled. It is just, you just get a lot of kind of like that English breakfast. It has a little bit of like fruitiness to it, but some spiciness. It's not like fruity as in like floral, but like just what you would imagine like a loose leaf tea to smell like. And I absolutely love it. And one of the reasons that this soap is so special to me is, I'm sure you hear it all the time. Jack from the Virtual Groom Room and I have become excellent friends. And I hope that's not, I hope that's not getting old, constantly hearing it all the time. But my birthday was last month, and Jack sent me a birthday package. And one of the things in that package was this soap. This soap is very, very special to me, not just because Jack gave it to me, but because this is Jack's favorite scent. Jack sent me his favorite soap as a birthday present. So it's like threefold. Like, not only is the scent fantastic, the label and the performance is fantastic, but Jack sent me this as a personal gift as a good friend. So this means a lot to me. It's very, very personal to me. I really, really appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. My fourth favorite soap is Declaration Grooming Chatillon Luxe 88 Chestnut Street. When I use it, if I have a bad day or if I'm having a bad morning and I need something to brighten my day and kind of get me up on the up and up, I pick this soap or one of I call it like the Holy Triumphant. Like, there's just 3 Chatillon Luxe scents that always gets me. It's 88 Chestnut, Yuzu Rose Patchouli, and Weinstrasse. 88 Chestnut out of the 3 is my personal favorite. It just has a really good, clean, somewhat minimal floral scent to it. I also get a little bit of the tea vibe in there. I know I'm not doing a really good job at describing this scent, but it's really difficult to be honest. It's just nice and uplifting. It's like what I would imagine walking through like a beautiful field of like dandelions and citrus, like on a bright sunny day back in like the hills of Tennessee or Arkansas. Like, I love this scent so much. It's really, really good. I highly suggest it to everybody. And last but not least, my very top favorite soap is Arianna and Evan's Kaizen. So not only is this artwork completely badass, it truly, really is, but I absolutely love the scent. To me, like Marion the Barbarian says that this smells like sweet tarts, and it really does kind of. It smells like a sweet kind of florally sweet tart. And it's really, really good. But the scent is not only the main. It's not the main reason I love this soap. One of the other main reasons is the fact that the performance of this soap to me is unmatched. Like, this soap base is just fun to use. You can put it on your face, lather it up, continuously add water, never drown it. It's just fun. People like to compare. I love to compare soap bases. But I think that they all have their certain kind of personality that adds value. And this one, to me, just makes shaving fun, okay? It's just really, really fun to use. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that this was his first release in Kaizen. So me personally, like, I kind of live by that Kaizen mentality. I do my very best to wake up every day better than I was the day before. So this soap base and this soap kind of represents a part of me. So not only is it fun to use, but I can personally connect with that kind of ideal and ideology, So to me, this is my favorite soap in my tin, and I really, really enjoy it. So moving on to my 4 razors. So I kind of didn't want to just stick with DEs or stick with straights. I really, really enjoy it all. So I picked 4 razors, and I'll discuss why they're my favorites. So number 4, and this is really in no particular order because these are 3 completely different types of razors. But this is my Iwasaki Kamasori. How cool is this thing? So talking about a traditional Japanese straight razor that's still being created the same way it's been created for hundreds of years by the Iwasaki house, who used to make samurai swords with the interesting, single-sided bevel, right? So with this, you're supposed to use just your right hand. So imagine the challenge there, It's really, really interesting. And I love the history behind it. I love the craftsmanship. I love the traditional feel of it. I love using straight razors. But this just kind of transports me to another land, another culture, sets me back a couple hundred years. When I feel like I'm using this, I feel like I'm a samurai. I feel like I'm the last samurai. I'm Tom Cruise, back there shaving with the kamasori. But I love this thing. It is fantastic. If you have the opportunity to experience something like this, I would say hop on it. This is the only kamasori I'm gonna purchase. It's the only one I feel like I'm ever gonna need, and it's truly, truly a pleasure to use. So now on to my DEs. I picked my 2 favorite DEs. Now I wanna kind of caveat this to say, in my opinion, my top 3 DEs are even. They're all such high value. They're all such incredible performance that it really comes down to personal preference. So don't get it twisted when I talk about these. They're all fantastic. So my second favorite DE is going to be the Tatara. I think this razor is ugly as all hell. Some people might love the way this thing looks, but I think it's ugly as all hell. And that being said, it's still my second favorite DE. And the reason is because it is super, super comfortable in the hand. It's extremely well balanced. The head profile, I'm a fan of the thinner head profiles. It just makes it very, very maneuverable. And it strikes the perfect balance between efficiency and smoothness. So on this one, the Masamune traditionally comes with a negative blade exposure. I put the Nodachi top cap on it to give it a neutral blade exposure because the full Nodachi is positive. So given that the Masamune itself is really, really mild, the Nodachi top cap gives it just an incredible, smooth and efficient shave. And honestly, I've never had a bad shave with this thing. Whenever I talk to people and I recommend razors, I always recommend this one. It's not the prettiest razor, but it just shaves incredibly well. So I love it. My favorite razor, or my favorite DE razor of all time, currently, is my Paradigm Diamondback. So in all honesty, aesthetics probably mean a lot more to me than they should. I mean, it's true. I really like something that I can look at and I think is beautiful, is artistic, is modern, is minimalistic. For me, the beauty and the finishing that this razor has is just incredible. I love the minimalistic look of the razor. It's just a work of art. It shaves incredibly well. Most people would say that it shaves a little bit more efficiently than a charcoal goods level 2, but it's smoother. And a charcoal goods level 2 is a fantastic razor. And for this to come in at $240 is truly magnificent, I think. There's a cool story behind this. This is a limited run razor. So at the time, Andy only made 100 of these. I think he might have bumped up to 150 eventually, but he only made 100 of these, and within a couple of days, it sold out. So I was currently deployed on the island, and I emailed Andy and I said, "Hey bro, I heard that you're gonna be releasing a couple more razors. I'm on the island, I have spotty reception, I don't know if I'm gonna have good internet connectivity. Can you please set aside one for me?" I'm like, "I'll pay you in advance. I really want this razor." My buddy Shave Symptomatic over at Damn Fine Shave Forums introduced me to this. I'm like, "I really want this." And he said, "Yeah, dude, I got you. Just pay and I'll ship it to you right away." And Andy took really good care of me. I'm very honored that he kind of, was flexible with me in order to give me the opportunity to buy this razor. I love it. And what I would have to say is probably my favorite razor in my den, right? Is the is the Zoom Walt. So this razor has a lot of meaning to me for multiple different reasons. Not just because it's a true work of art that was handcrafted by the legendary Max Sprecher, who is, in my opinion, undoubtedly by far the most talented straight razor maker in the world. He is a legend. But this was my very first custom razor. So everything from the length of the edge to the spike to the file work to the types of scales to the size of the blade, everything I picked out myself. This is a fully custom razor, my very first. And he just did a fantastic job. This was also a birthday present, right? So it's extra special to me. So my family and my girlfriend got together and they put their money together and helped me get this, because this is a really expensive razor. So it's just really, really special to me. I love this thing. It is truly, truly a work of art. And to kind of top it all off, so I'm a Navy chief, and Max knows that. And he named this thing the Zoom Walt. Like, if you're not familiar with the Zoom Walt class destroyers, it's the brand new DDG 1000 class destroyer. It is just incredible, and it looks mean, and it kind of looks like this thing. Like the angular surfaces, to keep this radar cross section low and to be stealth. It just looks like it just carves through the water. Like the fact that Max put that much thought into naming this razor the Zoom Walt, because I'm a Navy chief, is just like truly personal and truly an honor. I absolutely love this razor. And Max, if you're watching this, thank you so much. This means the world to me. Moving on to my favorite brushes. My third favorite brush is a new addition to my den. This is the Mozingo Brushworks Venom. There's a couple reasons why this moved up so quickly. First and foremost, I think his ZT2 knot is a fantastic value. So the knot itself, this whole brush is pretty pricey. It's like $180. But if you're familiar with like direct declaration knots, typically the knot alone is like $165. I've used some declaration knots, and I can honestly tell you that this knot is as good or as better than Declaration's current offerings. I've never used like the B6s and the B5s and the B7s, but I will tell you that what's out there, this knot is just as good, if not better. The ZT2 is fantastic. This 24 millimeter knot is just as dense and splays just as much as my 26s. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil something for you, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of compare. Well, no, I don't want to spoil it. But it really is just as dense and just as large as my 26s, and I really, really appreciate that. Plus, when I saw this handle, I knew I had to get it. When I was a child, I was a big fan of comic books, and Spawn and Venom were my two favorite characters, and this is the Venom. And it really is Venom, like from the comic books from Spider-Man, so I think that it's really cool. My second favorite brush is going to be my That Darn Rob, and this is my hybrid, and he named this the Legend. And at first, so I saw him make this brush live on either, I think, Facebook or Instagram. I think it was Instagram. And like, it turned out so beautifully, and he even said that he didn't know if he was going to sell it. And I'm like, my God, like that is just right up my style. Like I love like the modern mixed with like the old school look of the wood, and I don't know, it's just the way he did the copper and everything. It's just so beautiful. And I'm like, damn, I need to buy that brush. So like the morning of the drop, like I'm logged into That Darn Rob's website. I have my payment information pre-filled. I'm like 5 minutes out, like I'm hitting refresh on the page. My heart's pounding, like I have anxiety. Like I literally had anxiety. Like, I don't know if that's okay. But I mean, I was that excited for this brush. And I'm like, I'm hitting refresh, and I'm like, I saw it pop up on the page, and I'm like, autofill, Apple Pay, done. And I saw it clear the cart, and I was like, I literally like jumped up and started dancing for joy. And I'm like, Kaylee, I got the brush. And she's like, oh, you got it? I'm like, yeah, I got it. And I was so excited. And honestly, like, this thing has not failed to disappoint. It's in a V5 Centurion. I haven't tried his V6, but I'm really happy with the 5. This is a really great brush. Rob does great work. And for my number 1 brush, okay, so my number 1 brush, it's another kind of brush that just means a lot to me on a personal level, and that's my custom turn and shave from Milton. So not only is this my first custom brush, but it was actually created to pair with Zoom Wall. If I actually hold these up, they actually match very, very nicely. So I got these both as a birthday present. This was made specifically, or this was bought by my girlfriend Kaylee as a gift. And you know, working with Milton was a dream. I think it took him a week to make this thing entirely, but like every step of the way, he would pour the blanks, send me a picture, discuss to me like the shape, talk to me about the colors, show me the curing process, show me the coin when it was painted, and he updated me every single day. Milton is truly fantastic. His customer service, no lie, is completely unparalleled. I have not, in my whole experience, my life experience as a consumer of all products, I've never had customer service like the customer service Milton provided. Very happy with this brush. It's beautiful. This is in his V4 tip knot. Love it. Super soft. You know, I could not be happier with this brush. So on to my post shaves. For my pro shaves, I picked a splash and a balm. So for me, my favorite splash in the industry are all the Chatillon Luxe toners. So this one in particular is Monstrosity. I have the other toners as well. But what makes these toners unique is there's no stinging sensation whatsoever, and just provides incredible skin nourishment properties. These toners range from $15 to $20. And they have you're taking a professional fragrance that matches your soap and the highest quality splash in the business, in my opinion. Maybe rival to Mal, but to me, Mal smells like, walking into a hippie's workshop. Like, I love the quality of Mal, but it just smells way too strong and way too natural for me. This is just a perfect balance. I feel like you get the quality of the Mal, but you also get, Sean's wonderful perfuming abilities, and you get a wonderful package. I love this post shave. It's fantastic. I recommend any Chatillon Luxe products. They're all great. For my balm that I chose Zingari Man's Sago Balm. So I have really dry skin. And Zingari Man's Sago Balm, I've used consistently since I started wet shaving. I've tried a couple other ones, but always end up coming back to this one. As you can see, it's a little under halfway used, but for, over 6 months worth of use, like this, it's incredible value. I think it's like $15 or something. For someone with dry skin, the Sago is where it's at. If you don't have super dry skin, I would say use the normal one. But yeah, this is a fantastic value, really. Like, I use professional skincare products. And sometimes, like, if my skin, is feeling dry, I won't reach for my Clinique Men or whatever I use. I'll reach for this. It's really solid. And last but not least, the blade, right? So this is kind of like, I don't know. So my favorite blade is Pulse Silver Super Iridium. It is. It's unfortunate that they stopped making blades and that they're going for like $100 for 100 blades. No blade is worth $1 a blade. I love these things. They're the perfect, medium. They're the perfect balance of sharpness and smooth. And this blade is where it's at. Being that, I have a special mention now that these aren't being made anymore. I have to say Gillette and Offsets are probably my second favorite. But if I had to pick any blade at all, I would say this one. I've never had a bad shave with the Pulse Silver Super Iridium. And that's it, y'all. That concludes my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit longer at about 25 minutes, but hey, I'm the chief. So, I don't know. I hope you had fun getting to know, the thoughts and the history behind all the products and why they're special to me. If you have any questions about the products, or if you'd like any suggestions, please leave a message in the comments. I'm always here to help. And I always love talking to y'all and interacting with the community. So thanks for tuning in this morning. I hope y'all have a fantastic Father's Day. And yeah, I'll see you soon. You know what? I almost forgot the most important part of this video, the tags. So my buddy, Triscuit, aka Kai Triska, you're tagged. Looking forward to seeing those beauties. Anthony Vincent, buddy, you're tagged. All right, so yeah, Kai and Anthony, looking forward to seeing your videos. Sorry about that. Yep.